This is Algebra 1, Lesson 9.2 continued. We were talking about multiplying polynomials, and we started by multiplying a monomial times a polynomial. So I thought we'd talk about what happens when you multiply binomials. So if you remember, a binomial means it has two parts. So say, for example, you have 2x plus 3, and you have another binomial, let's just say x minus 4. So just as we did the other day, you have to distribute each of these terms. So we're going to multiply this times this and 2x times the negative 4. But then we have to do it a second time because we have the 3 here. So then I would multiply 3 times x and 3 times negative 4. And then you would check to see if you can combine like terms and put it in standard form. There's a shortcut for remembering how to do this, and if you ask your family or your friends, they probably remember. It's called the FOIL method. And what the FOIL method stands for, it reminds you to multiply the first terms. So F stands for first. The O stands for the outside. I stands for the inside terms. And finally, L stands for the last terms. What the FOIL method does, it just makes sure that you didn't miss anything. So if you prefer just to distribute each of the terms, that's fine. If you like the FOIL method, we're going to try that. All right, so here we go. We're going to start by using the FOIL method. So F again stands for first, so I'm going to multiply my first terms. Remember, when you're multiplying exponents with the same base, you just add those exponents. So x to the first times x to the first gives us x to the second, or x squared. The O stands for the outside terms. So on the outside, so that means I'm going to multiply x times 6. That's going to give us 6x. I stands for inside, so I'm going to multiply the inside term, so that's negative 4 times x, or negative 4x. And finally, the L in FOIL stands for the last term, so I'm going to multiply this negative 4 times this positive 6. That's going to give me negative 24. And again, before you circle it and say I'm done, check to see if you can combine like terms. So I'm going to start with my x squared. 6x minus 4x gives us 2x. They're like terms because they both have x to the first power. We don't change the variable, we just combine the coefficients. So 6 minus 4 gives us positive 2. I bring down my negative 24. It's now in standard form, highest exponent to the constant, and we're done. All right, let's practice again. Okay, we're going to use the FOIL method again. Our first term, F for first, t times t gives us t to the second. O is outside, so t times 5 gives us 5t. When you multiply, they don't have to be like terms, but when you add or combine them, they do have to be like terms. I again stands for the inside term, so that's my positive 8 and my t, so that's going to give us positive 8t. And L again stands for last, so 8 times 5, that's going to give us 40. We're going to combine our like terms here. I bring down my t squared. 5t plus 8t gives us 13t. Bring down my positive 40, and we are done. All right, let's try one where the x has a coefficient of 3 in this case. So again, we're going to try our FOIL method. We're going to start with F, our first terms. 3x times x. So that's going to give us 3x to the second power. Remember, we multiply x times to the first times x to the first gives us x to the second. We're going to do our outsides. That's the 3x and the 5. Again, they don't have to be like terms to multiply. So I multiply 3 times 5 gives us 15. And don't forget that x. I is our inside terms. That's the 4 times the x is going to give us 4x. And L again is our last term. 4 times 5 is 20. Before we finish, we say, hey, let's combine our like terms. So I get 3x squared, 15x plus 4x gives us 19x plus 20. Please try the practice problems. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.